So Steam's summer sale is now live, and if you're looking for a game to build up your very own little business empire, well then stay tuned, as today I'll be featuring 18 great management games currently on sale. Hey everyone, Marco here, and if you find something you like the look of, maybe like this video or even subscribe to find more games to get lost in. Like, what about this title called Definitely Not Fried Chicken, where you can basically run your own Los Pollos Hermanos with product in the back and chicken in the front. This is not your ordinary management game though, as you'll be developing new and more powerful drugs, getting new business and clients, managing your empire on both ends. It's got a simple kind of sim-esque building system with a retro feel, which can be a bit repetitive at times, but overall it's great fun. And don't forget to be good to your workers, because they are risking their lives for you. So sure, the optimization isn't the best and the game might have been abandoned with no more updates, but Definitely Not Fried Chicken is 85% off, or around $4, which I'd say is well worth it if you're just looking for something unique and interesting to play. Following that is Ravenous Devils, a dark and twisted management sim that feels like a creepy Victorian story, or maybe the next Tim Burton film with Johnny Depp. Ravenous Devils is a horror management game where you'll be running a tailor shop and a busy pub at the same time. Why the horror adjective? Well, as the tailor, you'll be killing your customers when they come in for a fitting, and then drop them down through a trap door so that they can be turned into food for the restaurant downstairs. Yum yum. This gameplay is an interesting mix, switching between sewing clothes and cooking up mystery meat pies to keep everyone happy. What is cool is that you can use the money that you earn to buy better equipment like a sausage maker or new recipes that will help make your gruesome business even more successful. Ravenous Devils is on sale for 25% off, or like $4. Such a bargain. Even without the sale, it's well worth it, so maybe go check it out if you like management games with a splash of dark humor. Now, if you do have some extra cash left over and you haven't played the Altars yet, well, what are you waiting for? It's from the same team behind This War of Mine and Frostpunk, so yeah, this game goes deep and you can expect another emotional roller coaster here throughout your experience. You play as Jan Dolsky, who's just an ordinary worker bee who crash lands on this hostile planet. You'll be doing a lot of management here, a lot of base building, plus there's that survival element which allows you to go and explore this terrifying and deadly planet. But to me, the aspect that stands out the most is the Altars, which is basically a version of yourself that took this alternate path at some major life decision. So think of the butterfly effect, but you'll be engaging with the version of yourself that you choose, and it gets very interesting. The Altars is on sale for 50% off, or around $17. And to me, it's well worth it if you love games where choices matter, building up a base and just getting sucked into an engaging storyline. It's incredible. Then following that is this automation management game that combines the gameplay of a factory builder with running your own little store. See, in Alchemy Factory, you'll be building systems, dealing with byproducts, and then brewing up magical potions to sell to your customers. In your massive medieval and magical workshop, you can use herbs to create powerful elixirs that you can then sell in order to grow your business. The game can feel a bit overwhelming as the production lines get more sophisticated, however, it's such a satisfying and addictive game. Plus, it comes with co-op support, so you can play it with a friend. The graphics are cozy and it just looks very cool, and overall it's a very enjoyable experience. Alchemy Factory is still in early access, but during the sale it's 10% off, or like $16, and highly recommended if you love your automation in your management games. And then if you want something on a grander scale, up next is a charming transport and management sim called Voxel Tycoon. In the game, you'll need to mine raw materials, process them in your custom factories, and then sell them for a profit. To do that, you'll have to set up supply chains and routes for your citizens with a huge fleet of trains, trucks, and buses. And then from there, you'll turn small towns into prosperous megacities with a thriving economy. It's a bit like Transport Tycoon in a way, and yeah, just as addictive. Now, most of the negative reviews on Steam claim that it's abandoned, but yeah, I can assure you it's not. The game is still in active development, the studio is just a bit slow. So while it is still in early access, if you can wait in between those updates, you'll get to experience an immersive and relaxing game. On sale, Voxel Tycoon is 20% off or like $20, which yeah is a bit steep, but if you're a fan of transport management games, maybe go give it a try today. Then coming up next on the list is Academia School Simulator, another awesome management/tycoon game. In the game, you'll be designing and then building and then managing your very own high school. You'll need to manage the facilities, the teachers, the students, and just make sure no one gets up to too much nonsense. Creating these school environments is just so much fun. There's just so much you can do and so much room for activities. It's similar to Prison Architect in terms of its visuals and gameplay, so if you enjoyed that game, well, this will be right down your alley. It's come a long way since it came out of early access, and there's so many cool mods like students that look like zombies, if that's your thing. Academia School Simulator is on sale for 75% off or like $5, which I think is well worth it if you want to get nostalgic and either relive your high school experience or just start a new one. Then up next is Big Pharma, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's your chance to run a major pharmaceutical corporation, I mean if that's what you're into. In this fun tycoon/puzzle game, you'll be a CEO and you'll need to lead your company into making all that money. You will first start with an empty warehouse and then experiment with new and different ingredients. From there, you'll produce an assortment of drugs for different illnesses and research cool and specialized machines and just a whole lot more. There will be different goals or challenges to choose from. For example, you could try cure a specific disease or just go on to chase those dollar bills. There's also that neat logistics puzzle aspect, which I always enjoy, and of course all the production lines and optimization, which is definitely my idea of a good time. It touches on the business sim side of things too, but it doesn't go that intense over there. I know there are some issues with it, but now during the sale, Big Pharma is 75% off, or like $6, which isn't bad if you're a fan of those production line type of games. Following that is Old Market Simulator, and if you're looking for some cozy co-op fun, well, look no further. In this market management game, you will be fishing, farming, crafting, raising livestock, hiring employees, and just managing your market overall. It comes with some neat attention to detail, like you can use appliances to make your own bread or even alcohol if you want. Then you can also decorate your market as well as the living space. It also supports up to 4 players, and you can choose to be based in a variety of locations, from a tropical island to a Roman-style town. The choice is up to you. There will also be different events that take place during certain times of the year, and the transition between the seasons just feels very natural and it looks great. The progression can be a bit slow and it might be more fun to play with someone else, not just on your own, but overall it's super fun, it's super cozy, it's very simple, and on sale it's 40% off, or like $6. So maybe go check out Old Market Simulator if you're looking for just a chilled and relaxing experience. And then coming up next is Planet Zoo, where you'll be building and running your very own dream zoo from scratch. And yes, I've mentioned this game before in previous sales, but the sequel is out in October, so why not get it right now to see if it's your kind of game. Here you'll be designing habitats, choosing terrain, planting foliage, building visitor paths, hiring keepers and the vets, caring for your animals, and you'll be doing all of this while trying to balance your visitor happiness as well as your budget. Every animal has individual needs like temperature and the terrain, and they all act pretty realistically. You can see them roam around, interact, breed, or even show dominance or family behavior depending on the species. But yeah, the coolest part here is the creative freedom. Landscapes are sculptable, you can dig rivers, add hills, build sceneries piece by piece. Like, if you love to decorate, you can go crazy here. The visuals look great, and it's always so much fun just zooming out and being proud of what you've created. And also right now, Planet Zoo is 95% off on sale, around $2, an insane deal for such a great game. Following that is another fun automation game called Parcel Simulator, which sounds kind of boring until you get into its gameplay loop. You'll basically get to live out running your very own Amazon warehouse. Well, almost. In the game you'll be inspecting, automating, and growing your facility, and if that doesn't knock your socks off, I don't know what will. It's in this first-person mode, which some people might enjoy. But yeah, during your inspecting, you'll be looking out for any shady packages that might have illegal goods or contraband, as well as any labeling issues, things like that. But then eventually the automation part of the game will kick in, and you get to send those parcels along these intricate conveyor belt systems with automated checking systems. It is very manual. Some people don't like the overall manual aspect to it, but if you want something laid back and chilled out, you can get this game on sale for 25% off or around $13, which isn't bad at all. It's not a very long game, so if you're looking for a quick addictive automation / management title at a good price, I'd say give Parcel Simulator a try today. And then following that is Startup Company, a game about becoming the next big tech giant. You'll play as a CEO and entrepreneur of the startup tech business, and you'll then be attempting to grow that startup and basically become the next Google. In order to do that, you'll need to hire some employees, like your web designers to do web designing and HR personnel to make sure no one is stepping out of line. It's a lot of fun and I'd say realistic for the most part, except when you have to be good to your employees. Like they're gonna become very grumpy and less efficient if you don't give them that good healthcare or enough vacation days. You'll then be running marketing campaigns with ads, subscription banners, and a whole lot more, and you'll then need to adjust according to what feedback you've received. The game is well done, it's simple, it's fun, it's quite well optimized, and you just have the space to do what you want. The gameplay loop is addictive enough, the music is pleasant, and the graphics are not too bad. It might be a bit repetitive for some, but on sale it's 50% off or around $5, which I'd say it's a good deal despite those issues. So if you think you'll be into a fun management game with a lot of customization options as well as a lot of freedom, then maybe go try out Startup Company today. Then up next on the list is Casino Resort Tower. So if you've been looking for a successor to Sim Tower, this might just be the one. You'll get to build a casino literally from the ground up, and up you go in this huge tower. It's very cool. It is a bit more complex than Sim Tower, as there are a few challenges with some learning curves here and there, but once you get into it, you're gonna have a lot of fun. The casino room is the true moneymaker here, but there will be other rooms too that you'll need to construct. And yeah, it's a lot of fun decorating those rooms as you can get quite creative with them. And the shenanigans that happens with the guests is always very entertaining. Things will go wrong, things will break, guests will be upset, but you'll always find a way out of them. And overall that adds to that fun experience. And what it lacks in sophisticated graphics, it makes up for in that cozy, cheeky vibe that is just so much fun to play. It's still currently in early access, it still has a few kinks to sort out, but the studio is very active with patches and updates. Like they've just recently improved the mood system, so that's very cool. Plus it's on sale for 20% off or like $16. So if you want to play a more complex and challenging sim tower, then maybe go try out Casino Resort Tower today. Now I know shop simulators are a dime a dozen, but TCG Card Shop Simulator might just be one of the best ones out at the moment. Like if you ever thought running and managing your own game store, selling trading cards and helping people play with the cards, well, this is the game for you. You will get to purchase your cards for your shop and then experience that immense satisfaction and excitement of opening the wrapping the card comes in. It's basically like chasing the dragon. Anyways, the gameplay loop is just so addictive. You'll be stocking up your shelves, playing around with the pricing, attending to your customers, selling cards, and just making all that money. You'll then be optimizing the store shelves, and of course, trying to get your hands on limited editions or some very rare cards. TCG Card Shop Simulator is still in early access, but it's got overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. Plus, it's on sale for 40% off or like $8. A great deal for something so addictive. But if you want something a bit more like the standard management genre, up next is City Game Studio, a title in which you get to manage and run your very own game studio from the year 1976. It's very reminiscent of Game Dev Studio, and it's a lot of fun. You'll start off as a humble indie dev with small titles and then slowly grow into a major gaming empire with multiple studios. Here you will be developing and designing games, hiring and managing your staff, running multiple marketing campaigns, and maybe even spying on competitors, and just so much more. There's a lot to do here, and there's a lot of awesome details, and it comes with a lot of replayability. The devs are well known and appreciated for truly listening to their audience as well. They have been very consistent with the free updates and overall great support. Sure, there are still some bugs here and there, but the devs are listening and trying their best. Plus, if you get it on sale, it's 45% off or around $11. So to me, that's not a bad price if you want to build up your own epic gaming studio. So if that sounds good to you, maybe go try out City Game Studio today. Following that is Scriptorium, Master of Manuscripts, which to me just looks incredible. In the game, you will inherit a scriptorium and get to be a scribe. How cool is that? You'll be making manuscripts for clients that hire you, and you can play in a story mode or a sandbox mode too. You never know what you'll be commissioned to do. Making a love letter, maybe a blackmail note, or maybe an invitation to some noble shindig. The list goes on. Then you'll be growing and managing your workshop in the game that, again, is very relaxing and charming. Overall, it's just a very chilled out game. The story itself is just very funny and wacky, and you'll definitely get a kick or two from the dialogue. Plus, it's sitting with overwhelmingly positive reviews, and on sale it's 20% off, or like $12. So if you truly want a unique game experience, maybe go check out Scriptorium, Master of Manuscripts today. And then coming up next is Summer Islands, so it's time to get nostalgic. This is for all the fans of Holiday Island, as this is pretty much the spiritual successor to that game that just gives you a proper 2000s city builder fix. It's got the same core gameplay loop of Holiday Island with some additional content, and while it doesn't have the exact same charming vibe, it is still a lot of fun. Here you can build your very own holiday haven, and there will be various maps from Summer Sands to Mammoth Mountains to choose from. You can build villas, hotels, or cabins and just watch the tourists start coming in. But then you'll need to find creative ways for them to spend that money. From shops to golf courses, you'll have a lot of options for them to spend. Plus there's that excitement of an imminent natural disaster such as an asteroid, tornadoes, and a whole lot more. But yeah, if you don't want those, you can just turn them off if you just want to play in peace. On sale, it's 42% off or around $9, which isn't too bad. So if you want to relive your Holiday Island days, maybe go try out Summer Islands today. Then for all my Stardew Valley fans, up next is Kynseed, which is just as cozy, but it's a lot darker in some aspects. In the game, you'll be doing a bunch of things like farming, crafting, you can form a family, you can go exploring. Overall, the game is a lot of fun, it's very relaxing, it comes with a sassy side to it as well. Sure, it is a bit overwhelming at times and it needs a bit refinement here and there, but overall, it is a very enjoyable experience. And it does come with some emotionally tough experiences further down the line, so just be aware of that. Plus, on sale, Kynseed is 75% off or around $6. So if you're looking for a game similar to Stardew Valley, that's a little bit different, maybe go try out Kynseed today. And now I know fans of my channel are probably sick of me mentioning this game, but come on, it's on sale and it might just be one of the coolest management titles to come out in ages. Hotel Architect reminds me of the old school days of management or tycoon titles, giving you a simple premise and now you need to build up your own hotel empire. I crave that type of gameplay, and this game gives it to you in spades. From designing and conducting various hotels in different locations, to running the show like you're trying to be the next Radisson, this game has it all. The game is sitting with overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, And if you're a fan of, say, the 2 Point franchise, you'll probably feel the same way. In other words, don't expect a tough time. The devs are trying to give you a more laid-back experience, but it does have a few challenges here and there. Plus, on sale, Hotel Architect is 22% off, or like $23, which isn't bad if you enjoy this type of gameplay, and I highly recommend it. That wraps up my video. Thank you very much for watching. A big shout out to my channel members. You guys always mean so much to me. But other than that, it's Marco here from Easily Distracted Games, and as always, don't stop gaming.